Hello, Night Nation. Trace Trylko, joined by Robert Aronoff. 2 letters, 2 words, in a cold Morgantown, West Virginia. Knights lose 31-21, fall to 4-7. And in that, it means the Knights' bowl appearance streak is snapped. It has been since 2015.
No more bowl.
The UCF had not played in a bowl game. And back-to-back losing seasons for the Knights under head coach Gus Malzahn. And it was the familiar, wasn't it? Same mistakes that have cropped up over the course of the season rear up again in this one.
Sure. The repeated pre-snap penalties that gave advantage to West Virginia or stalled UCF efforts, and also the fact that the defense still cannot get that offense off the field on critical 3rd and 4th downs. It was just a repeat of the things we've seen before. So, yeah, it was a familiar story.
And how about the Knights are down by 7 and with 15 seconds left give up a touchdown. West Virginia gets the ball back to start the 3rd quarter and scores. And just like that, the game has gotten away completely. I asked head coach Gus Malzahn post-game what his message is to the fans, and also Chris Boyle, Daytona Beach News Journal, credit to him, asking Coach Malzahn about rumors that are out there. You've heard them, that Coach Malzahn may be retiring. Let's hear from Coach Malzahn on those two and from players.
With the bowl appearance streak snapped and the back-to-back losing streaks clinched, what's your message to the fan base that's discouraged by the results?
Yeah, well, there's no doubt, and we're discouraged. They should be discouraged. We didn't get it done this year, and obviously tonight was disappointing that we weren't able to win this one. So we've got to do better.
Where do you go from here?
Well, you try to win this last game, for your seniors like we talked about, and then recruit and do what it takes to get this thing turned around.
How do you think this team has ended up here at this point?
A lot of the little things. We beat ourselves in a lot of situations. And at the end of the day, as one of the captains on the team, I take full responsibility for the little things that have continued to get us beat. And at the end of the day, we got to address those little things as we go into this last one to make sure that we can end this season on the right note.
I think it's really tough. I feel really bad for the seniors guy. I really wanted it bad for them. And I feel like it just comes to like preparation and all that. So
earlier this week, CBS Sports and Football Scoop wrote suggested the possibility of your retirement. Is that something that you had?
Yeah, I don't know where that came from. I'm not retiring.
How tough has this season been for you? Going into last season, you never had a losing season in your career. Now it'll be back-to-back losing seasons.
Yeah, it's a tough pill to swallow. There's no doubt. Really disappointed. This has been a tough season. I think everybody knows that. We had high expectations, and we lost some really close games that we felt like we should have won. But it's been tough. But we got a lot of really, really fine young men in that locker room that we're disappointed for. And like I said, we got one game, and that's what we're going to focus on, trying to finish the right way.
Different situation for West Virginia. They clinch bowl eligibility. You're just out of the postgame press conference, which may still be going on. They like to talk after a win here in Morgantown.
They do, and talk they did. Coach Neal Brown said that the game was really over at the very beginning with that early momentum, with the 3-and-out that was forced when UCF started with the ball. And then doing things like winning the turnover battle and scoring off a turnover were all of those things that made a difference. And some of the players even talked about the fact that the weather made a difference.
Let's hear from them.
So we play a lot of 4-3 today. And so and a couple reasons behind that. They're a really good rushing team, and we just want to get bigger. And Reed and Trey are both quality players. And at Spear, we've been up and down since Aubrey got hurt. And so I thought KK played too many snaps last week. And so we really split those and played a 4-2-5 when KK was in the game. And I thought him playing fewer snaps, actually he played better. And then when we went 4-3 personnel, did the same things out of both. It gave us bigger to the field. And so it's hard to throw those perimeter screens when you got a 235-pound guy out there. It's a little harder to move. So that was the thought process. Well, I don't know if we handled. I think what we did is we kept the ball away from them, first of all, and we put them in some must-pass situations, which is not necessarily who they want to be. They're really good on offense. I mean, all you got to do is you look at the statistics and the national rankings, and they're really high. And I have utmost respect for Gus Malzahn, and I'm confident in saying he's got his hands on the game plan, even though he's not calling it. And Tim Harris is a really good football coach. He's been doing it for a long time, and he's earned the opportunity to call plays. And so we were able to get them in some 3rd and longs today and then get ahead and then we kept the ball away from them. We ran 75 plays. They ran 55. We had the ball for 37 minutes. They had it for 22. And so they didn't have a whole lot of opportunities. I think that was as big a factor as anything.
Really just backing them up on second downs, early downs. We knew they had a younger quarterback, so we wanted to disguise different things and try to confuse his head. And we were able to do that. I think it was like the second or third drive in the first quarter. He fumbled the ball and we got possession back. And so just being able to just change up the picture on defense and just try to move around, try to get them thinking. That was one of our big goals this week.
Yeah. So at the beginning of the game, they were kind of like too high shell. Then late, they started to be in an eight man box and having only 3 guys in coverage, and it was like kind of sending a lot of pressure. And we just made the adjustment of we're going to win the game. That's the only adjustment we made, just win the game. Like, we're going to stick to our plan, still working, we still getting positive gain. We just got to strain a little harder and run the ball a little harder, get those extra yards to continue to get first downs, even touchdowns. So we just kind of just pulled it together and became as one to win the game.
All right, back to UCF. Let's talk about 2 players. Quarterback Dylan Risk. How would you describe the night he had against West Virginia? A costly fumble, maybe a failed RPO there. It stalled what looked like to be a promising drive for the Knights.
Yeah, it was a costly fumble. And at times, Dylan Risk played well, but West Virginia was intent on putting Dylan Risk in uncomfortable situations. And they also focused on keeping the ball out of the hands of R.J. Harvey. And both of those things seem to have played a role in this loss for the Knights.
All right, and then it brings us to senior day, what should have been maybe some sort of Black Friday showdown with Utah, and now Fox must be dreading playing this game between the Knights and Utah. But fans will have an opportunity to recognize R.J. Harvey and the contributions he's made to the program. Another great performance for him here in Morgantown.
Yeah, it extends his streak of 100-yard games for sure. And they knew they were facing a quality back in R.J. Harvey, and they did just enough to slow him down.
Yeah, and again, the Knights fall to 4-7. This was a 3-0 team after that come-from-behind win in Fort Worth against TCU. I didn't know that we'd be standing here in Morgantown, West Virginia, amidst what is now 6 of 7 losses.
2 of those wins were against New Hampshire and Sam Houston. You have to take that into account with your analysis as well.
So, Head Coach Gus Malzahn, you heard it off the top saying, I am not retiring. Of course.
What does that mean?
Could mean a lot of different things, and we're going to speculate about that, as will the fan base all week long. You can follow along with all of the various shows on the Sons of UCF YouTube channel. There will be a lot of chatter about this. I don't know if you're making it out to the bounce house on Friday. I imagine there's going to be plenty of room available for fans, but it will be an opportunity to salute the seniors, say goodbye to the seniors who did accomplish, some things during the last couple of years, but for especially R.J. Harvey and the contributions he's made to the program.
Seniors deserve it.
Yeah. For Robert Aronoff, I'm Trylko. Go Knights!
Charge on.